Are you one of those people who just can't look away from the pimple or the cyst popping videos? You see them online, all over social media?
Yeah.
I do.
You're an addict? Okay, a number of people are. We call you popaholics. But you're not like this popper. One popper took things to a new level when they posted a Craigslist ad looking for people with pimples they could pop.
Come on, that's
So
good.
as you hear about this ad, this is what's crazy. I'm trying to describe the ad, but it's almost impossible. Okay, so
I enjoyed that one.
So hear me out. The ad reads in part, I'm one of the popaholics obsessed with watching videos of blackheads, pimples, sebaceous filaments being picked at or popped. I thought I'd give myself a holiday present this year and pop some pimples of my own. Only I don't seem to have any. If you have any pimples, acne, blackheads, and would allow me to pop them, I would be extremely grateful. I would pay you too, $45 an hour. Please send pictures of what you would like me to pop.
And it actually goes on to say that they would use gloves and wipe you off with alcohol and use clean Q-tips.
But it's cool, but it's okay though, because you can bring a friend.
Yes,
you can bring a friend to make you feel more comfortable.
Make it like a popping party.
And so they can, because that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting actually when you saw most of those videos, a couple were mine in fact, most of those were actually being done in an office setting where we know that you're doing it cleanly and that you're not going to introduce outside bacteria, because that's the big concern, right? Anytime you're breaking the skin, secondary bacteria can come in. You can get a nice little infection there.
Yeah.
Courtesy Dr. Sonia Batra right there, folks, you see that? But let me ask you this. Obviously, you're trained in this and you love...
I don't think anybody's listening to you, Travis.
I know.
Not with those videos.
Hold on real quick.
That was a little like over there.
So I think it's kind of interesting to even see that one of these videos isn't even a cyst or an acne pimple, it's a lipoma. And that's one of the things when you start popping, you might not be pushing out what you bargained for. So you just have to be a little
Okay, but before we even get into the medical, because we always say be careful with these things, but let's talk psychological.
Well, this guy gets off on
$45 an hour to pop someone's pimples? Isn't that a bit bizarre?
I mean, it's been shown that there's like a release of dopamine, like you get a high. I mean, I get that same high when I'm putting in a breast implant. I mean, I get it, but...
There's apparently, when you watch these videos, there's this anxiety and there's this tension, and then when you finally see that release, the dopamine is released. It's very interesting.
I mean, I get it.
Can't you just go for a run or something?
I mean, have you ever had a pimple, Nita? You don't look like you've ever had a pimple.
Yeah, I had a pimple, and I do enjoy popping my pimples, but I'm not gonna like pop somebody else's.
I think popping someone else's pimples, certainly, I'm not talking about in a medical setting with gloves and everything, but some people love popping other people's pimples with bare hands. I don't want someone else's pus on my hands from popping a pimple. Don't you think it's a little bit gross?
A little bit.
I mean,
that's an understatement.
So is this a fetish of some sort, though?
Is.
Because would you not call this a popaholic fetish?
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, in
Where's
terms
Judy?
Of, yeah, exactly. But what we can talk about is maybe how to prevent the pimples and the blackheads in the first place, because pimples and these kinds of obstructions are because those outflow tracts get blocked. So using an acne-based cleanser over the counter, you can get benzoyl peroxide, you can get salicylic acid. Really washing areas, keeping them clean might prevent these poppable items.
I mean, Dr. Batra, the four of us, I think, do have the qualifications to properly extract a pimple.
Sure.
Including on ourselves. But is there ever a place for non-medical people to go picking things?
Well, I think people are going to pick no matter what. And the big concern is you can push, and the problem is you can push the contents of that pimple deeper in your skin. You create a huge inflammatory, sore, red, kind of under the surface painful bump. But if it's really superficial and maybe you've steamed beforehand and it's like a really visible blackhead that you just want to take out, that's probably the only time I would recommend. Make sure it's easily extracted.
Your hands are clean, wear gloves.
This person said they were going to use like a needle. Like I say that I enjoy watching them. Yeah, I don't know what he or she was gonna do with it, but they said they'll use a sterile needle if the person is comfortable with that. And like really, we say we enjoy watching them and laugh and things, but that's dangerous.